I think we need more thinking.
The Nuggets are back in the Mile High for their home opener to take on the Phoenix Suns. What happened? Let's find out. You're listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about the Nuggets with good vibes. Let's get it.
Let's try to get healthy. Let's stay together. And if we can do that, we put ourselves in a good situation.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler here for another take of Nuggets basketball. So the Nuggets were in their home opener tonight to take on the Phoenix Suns, and their usual starters were Jokic, Jamal, Cam Johnson, CB, and AG. CB gave the welcome announcement. A lot of people were hoping that it was Brucey B. Apparently the roof was blown off when Brucey was announced, as was AG. Those two are definitely almost like neck and neck for Mr. Nugget. Like, AG is definitely Mr. Nugget, but Brucey B definitely nipping at his heels. Like, even the fact that like Brucey B hasn't really been a phenomenal player, but just his overall attitude. Being a Nugget fan, you can't just disregard that. That is a lot to hear from a player, that they love playing in your town. They missed your town as soon as they left it. Like, come on. Brucey B is a real one. So Nuggets were in their navy blues, and the Suns were in their white jerseys. The Nuggets picked up the win for the home opener in a blowout fashion. Final score, 133-111. Let's go, Nuggets. Unforgiving the lightning is coming, for sure, 100%. Maybe not 100% with Jokic, but he still had an amazing night. Even at his worst, he still had a good night. But it's just great to be back in regular season. Second game, we already knew the first game was going to be tough. If you didn't know, then you weren't paying attention to anyone else, because definitely the Warriors are going to be a tough fight this entire season, as long as they stay healthy. There is that big as long, or if you could say there, but to get them starting our season was kind of rough. I would have liked to have started off maybe with the Suns or the Jazz or something, like an easy setup. But of course, we're the Nuggets. We are former champions, so they have to set us up with a good opener to grab attention, and that happened to be the Warriors. And then luckily the Suns, who are a terrible team right now, though they did win one. They've won one. I think they lost their second game. So they're and now they've lost two. They lost two straight. So they're more or less I'm really thinking that they're probably going to be maybe between 11 and 13 seed at the end of the year. I think that's where they're going to stay. If they get anywhere in the play-in, I'll be very surprised. But if they win enough, it will be 100% because Devin Booker got them there. Because he is definitely still a menace. I will say that. So what happened in this game? Let's dive in. So the first quarter, the Nuggets controlled the tip, and Cam buries a three for the first points of the game. Grayson Allen then responds with a three to tie the game early on. Jokic gets a steal and long balls it to CB in transition for the running in the dunk finish. Cam then gets called for a lot of ticky-tack fouls, and you can see his frustration is building. Now, the reason why I pointed this out was that if you have watched any part of preseason, you saw him getting foul baited constantly by every single team. And he is constantly getting these ticky-tack fouls. They're not hard fouls. They're not even like fouls that you can't dispute. Like, they're super, super ticky-tack fouls that, like, come on. You're not calling these kind of fouls on anyone else, but for some reason, Cam Johnson is the one player right now that's getting these small little fouls, accused of these small little fouls. And it's just, he's getting frustrated. I'm getting frustrated watching him. And then I'm getting frustrated seeing him get frustrated. Like, I feel it. Like, there's just nothing he can do right now without getting a foul called. And I think it's also a little bit of him still trying to find his footing within the system that the Nuggets are creating. So there is a little bit of that, but nonetheless, a lot of ticky-tack fouls. Then Richards from the Suns rams his right shoulder into Cam's face, gets called for a flagrant 1 foul, and then goes to Cam Johnson and goes to the line for 2 free throws, makes both. The Nuggets retain the ball, and then get a 7-point lead as the Nuggets then get P-Watt the ball and a layup for a 4-point play. It was great. And then David Adelman challenges a foul call, successful, by the way, and the Suns, however, still retain the ball. Like, those are the moments that I don't understand, is when they challenge the call is overturned, and the successful team doesn't get the ball back. I don't get that. Usually it's like, okay, yeah, we missed this call. You're correct. So we'll, like, there's certain circumstances where the other team would still have the ball if, it was going to be a side out of bounds foul or whatever, but if it's an offensive foul and or if it gets overturned to an offensive foul, you would think that the team who got the foul called on them would lose the possession of the ball. And yet somehow there's been a lot of times where there's been an offensive foul and yet the offensive team still kept the ball. And that's kind of weird to me. But Nuggets then defense slumps down in the end of the stretch of the quarter as the Suns knock down bucket after bucket, especially from Devin Booker, getting it to a 2-point game. Then we got some good minutes, really small minutes, but we did get some giveth from Tim Hardaway Jr., who sinks a 3 off an assist from Jamal. Jamal then, this is the second best play of the night. Yes, that's right, the second best. Not even the first. This is the second best. And so we'll stay at the second best because it's still phenomenal. There was, the clock is winding down. They're on the opposite end of the court. Jamal heaves a 50-foot, 3/4 of the court shot and banks it in. Ends the quarter on a 50-foot shot, like almost full court shot to get the Nugs over, and the Nugs win the first quarter 34-28. Phenomenal from Jamal, and that already reached all of the highlights. If it doesn't make the top 10 highlight tonight, I will definitely riot. You should riot with me if it doesn't. But then there's another play too that if it doesn't make the top 10, I will definitely riot too. So that's coming up. But we're into second quarter right now. Second quarter, the Nugs start off the quarter with the same lineup as before, which was Jamal, Tim Hardaway Jr., Big Val, P-Watt, Brucey B. As the Suns miss their shot, P-Watt drives to the rim for a dunk and the first points of the quarter. The Nugs allow back-to-back threes from the Suns, and then Big Val collects the rebound on a play, slings it down the court for Brucey B for the layup, and forces Suns to take a timeout. There was a lot of good minutes with Big Val. Now, he actually had a good game, in terms of bench Big Val minutes. He had a good game. So that was awesome. And he did a lot of things that we were hoping that Jokic would do. He was doing. And so this just solidifies that the missing piece in the non-Jokic minutes was having someone like Valanciunas to fill in that gap. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And that is phenomenal. So, so far in this point, though, all of the Nuggets who had played, all the bench players, all the starters, they all got a bucket, at least one bucket, except for Jokic, who didn't even attempt a shot at this point. And then out of a timeout, Brucey B buries a 3 to gain Nuggets an 11-point lead. Jokic then checks in at the 7:33 mark of the second quarter, and Jokic gets a rebound, long heaves it down to P-Watt for a layup, gets the bucket, plus fouled, gets the and one to get the Nuggets first to 50. Jokic then gets called for a flagrant foul 1 on Dunn, who pushes him back, doesn't get called for a tech himself, and they get 2 shots in the ball back. So it was almost like a give it, take it kind of thing. And the refs were odd. They were very odd in a lot of their calling. Like, there were some BS calls that they were making, as well as some good calls that the other side was like saying, okay, that's BS. I mean, they were just like, you want them to be consistent on a good level. Like, okay, yeah, that's a good level. That's a good call. That's a good call. That's a good call. Not, that's a terrible call. That's a terrible call. That's a horrible call. That's a horrible call. Like, when it's all up and down and all over the map kind of consistency, it's still like, that's not good, because you also don't want the other team to say like, oh yeah, you won by bad officiating. But Jokic then gets fouled and goes to the line to make both for his first points of the game. His first points are from free throws, and it's only because the Nuggets were in the bonus. They didn't even mark it as an attempted shot, which was great, but he did get fouled. He went to the line, and the first half got very, very chippy, and that's just because I believe the Suns are a very chippy team. And they've been getting into fights with every team that they've played against. I know it's only been 2 games prior to this, but still, they've been getting into fights because of Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks just always wants to fight people. It's kind of annoying. And the most annoying thing about Dillon Brooks, too, like, I don't know if I really got super annoyed with him when he was on the Rockets. And maybe that's just because there was other people on the Rockets that annoyed me the more than him, or as much as him, and it kind of took away from that. But when you see him doing the kind of plays that he makes, the frustrating thing about him is that he is so aggressively physical defending. Then when he is on the offense, he is so soft. So you can't go and punch someone, and then when they punch you back, start to cry about it. That's what Dillon Brooks is. He will punch and he will be aggressive, but he cannot take it, and he will start to cry whenever he gets hit. And that's what frustrates me the most. And you saw that a lot in this game. So after this free throw, Jokic then over the head, no look pass to AG for the play of the night. AG catches it, and then with a 360 spin, gets the dunk, followed by a 3-point shot immediately after. Like, AG had a great 5 points, and that is what was the highlight of the night. That 360 spin dunk from a no-look over-the-head pass from Jokic. Like, come on now. That now you're just trying to entertain people. You're not even really focused on the game. You're just trying to entertain people, and it worked. It was amazing. And then Blue Arrow sinks an uncontested 3. Like, you can't leave Jamal Murray open and think that he's going to miss a shot. He's Jamal Murray. He has the most amount of threes made of any Nugget in franchise history. So you leave him open, of course he's going to drain a 3. It's the same thing if you leave Devin Booker open, of course he's going to drain a 3. Or Grayson Allen, though Grayson Allen did miss a couple. But and so did Jamal Murray for that fact. But still, he made this one, and they paid for it. So then the Nuggets win the second quarter, 37-26, and they're up in the on top going into the half, 71-54, a near 20-point lead going into the half. So then the third quarter starts. Nugs start off with the starters, and the same starters, they started the game off with, our usual starters. And the Suns miss a shot. Jokic outlets it to CB, who turns it over, leading to Brooks for a 3 for the first point of the quarter. Like, there was a lot of messy stuff that needed to be cleaned up in this game as well. And we still had a blowout win, even despite this. So Nuggets struggled to find a man who will take a shot in one play, and this was probably one of the more frustrating parts, even though it ended in a bucket. So the Nuggets struggled to find a man who will take a shot. No one wants to take a shot. They sent it over to CB. CB was wide open. He was easily, he had a good look too, and he gave it up and sent it over to Jamal, who puts it up for a three, misses it, gets his own rebound, then with one hand bats it over to Jokic, who puts it up for two. So that little stint right there between Jokic and Murray was great, but everything before that was crap. Like, why is CB still in his fourth year? He, as a contender for most improved player, he is still giving up opened good looks. I like, that's the most frustrating thing to me about Christian Braun. He is a great player, and he has a lot of intensity and aggressiveness and like this winning attitude, and yet he gives up these open looks. Like, Jokic is still there in the paint. If you put it up and it misses, there's still a good chance that we can rebound it. At least try to put it up and get us a three. And that really annoyed me when I saw that. I was like, come on, Christian Braun. Just try. You're not going to know, like what Michael Jordan said, you miss all the shots you don't take. And so he missed the shot. And also trying to heave it all the way over to Jamal Murray, who was literally on the opposite end of the court, not, long-wise, width-wise. And he heaved it over there. That could have easily ended in a turnover. Stuff like that. You don't want to do that. So luckily it ended with a 2-point shot, but still very, very messy play. And it kind of reflected the very risky passing that they did in the first game with Warriors that almost ended in a turnover. They gotta clean this up. Jokic then goes to the line and makes 2 free throws to get the Nuggets first to 100. And then both teams tie the game at 29 each. The fourth quarter starts, and the Nuggets start off a lineup with Murray, Big Val, Brucey B, P. Watt, Tim Hardaway Jr., as Big Val gets a tough bucket in the paint, plus a foul for a 3-point play in the first bucket of the quarter. Jamal then knocks down back-to-back threes to get the lead to 22, but then the Suns respond with a three themselves each time. So, like, that's another kind of annoying thing, is that Jamal's putting in hard work, and on the meantime, no one's defending on the other end and allowing the Suns to come back. So what was the point now of all that hard work from Jamal if you're all not going to defend and take away the points that he just made, or the lead, So then Big Val gets fouled, but no one calls it. Jamal sees this, gets super upset. So then on the other end, he intentionally fouls Grayson Allen to prove a point, and then chirps at the ref. And I loved it. I loved the just being fed up at the refs. I was also a little bit worried that he was going to get kicked out, because he was definitely hot at the refs and saying, no, that's not, that was a foul. Like, he was clearly hot, and you could see it in his reading the lips and everything. And yeah, risky play, but still at the same time, I was feeling it, and I was glad he kind of did it. So then after that, Tim Hardaway Jr. gets the steal and sends it to Big Val, who outlets it to P. Watt for a quick bucket. Suns then challenge Brooks' foul on Big Val is successful. So both teams got successful challenges, and then they never used their second challenge. Jokic then checks in at the 6:30 mark. Brooks knocks the ball down out of bounds, then complains about it and tries to say that he got fouled. And then Jokic quickly tries to inbound it, and Grayson Allen then deflects it and gets the Suns a second delay of game call, which leads into a technical foul, as Jamal Murray knocks down the technical foul free throw. And then the Suns bench gets a technical foul called as well, leading to Jamal going back to the line to throw down another free throw technical foul. So we got back-to-back technical fouls there as well. all because the Suns were not being smart. So then Jamal picks off a steal and on a transition gets a no-call foul, but CB is there to clean it up and get the lead up to 20. Like, he definitely got fouled. Jamal right there definitely got fouled, but then they didn't call it because, and this is what I was saying in my previous episode. Now that it's been opened that there is actual cheating in the league, this is being investigated. Now it's just kind of like, okay, now I'm questioning everything that is not going the way it's supposed to go. Like, are these refs trying to throw the game? Is the player trying to throw the game? Like, what's going on here? So the reserves then get checked in with Zeke, Strother, Pickett, Deron Holmes II, and Spencer Jones. They create a very good swarming zone defense, and on the other end, Strother gets fouled, goes to the line, and makes two, or one of two, rather. Then my man, Deron Holmes II, gets his first NBA bucket, career bucket. A 3-point shot in the pocket corner. Let's go, Deron. And he got the game ball from it too. So that's awesome. So happy for Deron. He is a nice guy. And, just hoping that he has an amazing career because he deserves it. Just need to see him get a little bit more aggressive. But man, can he shoot. Got a great shot of him too if you check out my Instagram of him doing warm-ups. So Nuggets win the fourth quarter 33-28. And the Nuggets blow out the Suns with the final score once again 133-111. Let's go, Nuggets. So then let's go at the stats here. Let's look at the stats. So Cam John, he played 24 minutes. He had a great game tonight. The best game as a Nugget so far. And it's only game 2. Even though he's still trying to find his footing, this was more of the line that he would needed to be on. So 24 minutes, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. He was 4 for 9 from field, 1 for 3 from 3, 6 for 6 from free throws. He had 0 turnovers. 3 personal fouls was a plus 15. Aaron Gordon, Mr. Nugget, AG, the Wolf, not a dog, he's a wolf. 25 minutes, 17 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, 5 for 11 from field, 1 for 6 from 3, 6 for 6 from free throws, 0 turnovers, 0 personal fouls was a plus 17. So making all those consecutive threes in the Golden State game, I guess tired him out for these threes. Only made 1 of 6. But still, I will still take that first game. That was a phenomenal game for him. Phenomenal performance for him, I should say. Our man, Nikola Jokic, who was very grumpy today. You could tell he was very grumpy or did not really care for the game. He wasn't having his best game. But even so, he still played 32 minutes. Had a triple-double. 14 points, 14 assists, 14 points, 14 rebounds, 15 assists. 14, 14, and 15. Almost 15, 15, 15. We were really hoping for that. 3 steals. At one point, he had more steals than he had points. Just think about that. That's crazy. He was 5 for 8 from field, 0 for 3 from 3, 4 for 4 from free throws, 5 turnovers, 3 personal fouls was a plus 27. The big thing I wanted to say that I forgot to say last time is that I saw him flop last game. He didn't really flop this game. I will say that much. I think he was just getting very annoyed at the hyper-aggressive Suns defense and offense, really, too, for that matter. There was and then he got racked up for that flagrant foul 1. There was another foul called on him that should have been a call on the Suns instead, but they called him. So he was getting a little grouchy, I think, overall, just of their play. But this has been a consistent thing lately that I've been noticing since the playoffs. This is just since the playoffs. I don't think that he's been doing this as much. I know some Jokic haters will debate with me otherwise, but I have noticed him flopping a little bit more, and I don't like it. And it's quickly becoming why Aaron Gordon is becoming my number 1 favorite Nugget. and taking over Jokic's spot, because Jokic is getting a little too floppy for me. I don't like the flopping. I know that SGA does it. I know that Embiid does it. I know sometimes Brunson does it. A lot of people can do it. Dylan Brooks definitely does it. There was some moves that Dylan Brooks was doing tonight that you thought that he should have been a breakdancer instead of an NBA player. Like, he was just bending over backwards and everything, crazy flopping there. But a lot of them do it. I know that it is an attempt to try to convince the refs that you got fouled and you can get more free points for the team. But I don't like it. I don't like flopping. And so even if you're one of my favorite players, I will call you out when you flop. I don't like it. So I hope it stops. I know it's not going to completely stop from Jokic, but I just hope that he does it less, because I don't want him to flop this much. Yeah, he may not get as many foul calls. That's fine. You can get teed up then. Get teed up yelling at the refs for not foul calling him. But don't flop. I don't like the flopping. So I have noticed that. He, again, though, he still was the leading plus minus player tonight with the 27. So that's still pretty awesome, though he still had a lot of turnovers. Christian Brown played 31 minutes tonight, made 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He was 6 for 10 from field, 0 for 1 from 3, 8 for 8 from free throws, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, was a plus 23. Jamal Murray, Mr. Blue Arrow, 31 minutes tonight, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 8 for 17 from field, 3 for 8 from 3, 4 for 4 from free throws, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls with a plus 15. So that means our starters had 100% in free throws. Let's go. Oh man, that is awesome. That is phenomenal. There are only a couple of bench players that are the reason why we didn't get 100% overall as a team. But a couple of bench players just to kind of call out some people. I'm going to call out 2. Brucey B, in his return game to Mile High, played 21 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 4 for 6 from field, 2 for 4 from 3, 1 for 2 in free throws. So he is one of the players that got our percentage down from that. But he had 2 turnovers and 2 personal fouls, was a plus 8. And just so you know, I did welcome him back to Denver when I saw him in the locker room, and he said thank you. So, Valanciunas played 12 minutes tonight. In his 12 minutes, he made 12 points, almost a point a minute. 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 4 for 10 from field. He had 4 for 5 from free throws, so another player who knocked our percentage down. 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, was a minus 5. He is the only minus out of the entire team. And honestly, I think it's because he just was having a rough time with the fouling, the hard fouling that from them. Overall stats here, we had 43 rebounds to their 38. We had 31 assists to their 24. We had 14 steals to their 7. We had 1 block to their 4. Our 1 block came from Brucey B, actually. And then we had 51% from field. They shot 43. We shot 29% from 3. They shot 34. We shot 90.5% from free throws. They shot 81%. We had 16 turnovers. They had 19. We had 23 personal fouls. They had 29. So definitely kind of all over the map with fouling. Definitely got chippy. Both teams got into the bonus several times. But nonetheless, great run. Tyson didn't play. Curtis Jones didn't play. Tamar Bates didn't play. They were all there. They got introduced at the beginning of the game. And then there was someone else who didn't. I'm blanking on someone else who didn't play. But Spencer Jones came in and immediately he only played 3 minutes, but immediately had a great impact defensively. He is definitely becoming one of the Nuggets' best defenders. So he was also amazing. Just quick shout out to him there. Big takeaways. My big takeaway is this. Jamal Murray has been consistent so far, which is exactly what we've needed. The heave from tonight was the highlight play from him, but when you look at his stats and his impact on the game, he has been so much more. The heave was just the cherry on the top. His energy has been substantially up this time of year. He's getting more aggressive defensively. Most people don't even recognize how good of a defender Jamal actually is. He's one of our top stealers on the squad. He may not be putting up 30 points right now, but to get 49 points in 2 games isn't really bad, especially on a deep squad. The win tonight was a team effort. There wasn't just one Nugget that outperformed the others, but Jamal still had a good game for his second game of the season, which is why I am still on the bandwagon that this is the year of Jamal. But let me know in the comments what you think. I still am very much on the bandwagon for Jamal. I think he's going to have a phenomenal year. I think we're in for a treat. Just the fact that he has been this good so far, these 2 games, something that we're not really used to in the last couple of seasons. So I think that it's a good indicator that he is going to have a great season for his Sanders especially, and for the Nuggets really. But I mean, I'm still on the bandwagon that he has a good chance of being All-Star. Of course, there's still a lot of time from then until voting for that to happen, but I'm on board with Jamal, and I'm so excited to see him. So the next game is going to be on Monday against the dreaded Timberwolves. Now, a big note about this, if you didn't know, that this is going to be on Peacock. This is not going to be on Altitude. This is not going to be on Amazon or on NBC or on ESPN. This is going to be on Peacock. This is the crazy part of this whole season, is the random games on random streaming platforms and everything. But Monday is on Peacock. So it might possibly be on NBC. Don't quote me, but definitely check it out. If you don't have Peacock, check out NBC and see if they have that. So, that's an away game. I think we're in Minnesota for that one too. So the deck is definitely stacked against the Nuggets. I hope that they can finally break the curse and get the regular season win out of the Timberwolves. And if they've ever needed to play well, is definitely on Monday. So that's pretty much all I got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I will definitely be back on Monday to give my take on that game. Hopefully it will be a positive take. Hopefully I won't get too upset. I definitely do when Gobert and Ant are on the floor. But if you did like this episode, please give it out, share it out to your friends and family. Give it a like as well. And if you feel gracious enough to give me a donation, the link is in the bio as well as in the description of this episode. I really, really appreciate it. And if you want to attach something that you want me to read off on the next episode or whichever episode I get recording at that time, I'll definitely do that and give you a huge shout out. You'll be a huge aspect of a factor to this, to the history of this podcast, and I definitely will appreciate you. But that's pretty much all I got. So you've been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about the Nuggets with good vibes. We'll catch you later.